everybody, welcome back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here, hope you're well. I hope you've had a really good week and have managed to catch up on all of the tutorials from our collaborators. We are currently in the middle of our Crafters Christmas Hop collaboration. I'm bringing you lots of different tutorials and ideas on how to decorate and craft your way through your Christmas journals. So just a reminder, this is the hashtag you need to be following, a Crafters Christmas Hop. It began on the 1st of November. We're running all the way through until the 30th. Every day you will have 2 collaborators. First one will bring you, an idea or a technique, and then the second one then will build on that technique or complete the project. So they're working together in pairs, and they'll decide, how they go forward and do that. And then there's a prompt then for every day as well. If you'd like to download the prompt lists, there are 2 of them. You just go over to our Ko-fi page, and they were with week 1's freebies, so you'll be able to download and grab them from there. Okay, so just a quick bit of housekeeping before we continue. We had a giveaway for last week, which was one of these lovely Christmas craft bundles that I put together. So in there you will have lots of different Christmas papers, music paper. You've got, embellishments and things like that in there. Some fabric flips in there that have been made up. What else have we got? There's some Christmas fabrics in there. And then in the back one then there's some unused Christmas cards, red and green card. And I've also done some embossed napkins for you as well, and some other types of papers and cards in there. So that was last week's prize, and the winner, who I've already drawn to save a little bit of time, was I couldn't find a pen or a pencil, so I had to settle for a yellow colouring pencil. It's terrible, isn't it? Honestly, I have got pencils, but none of them are sharpened, and I can't find a pencil sharpener. So sorry, without further ado, I think that says Devon Lass, at Devon Lass. So whoever that is, congratulations. And can you please drop me a email, rachandbellacrafts@gmail.com, and let me know who you are and with your address, and I will get this straight out to you. And I would like to put it straight in an envelope now and get it out the door tomorrow if possible. So if you could get straight back to me, that'd be wonderful. So for this week's giveaway, I am giving away 2 prizes. So we've got another bundle of Christmas creativity stuff to give away, and also I have got a previous project of mine. You may see the tutorial if you were to go back into my archives. This is actually the tutorial that Bella and I were inspired by to do last week's project. So if you were watching, you remember we made our ephemera folders from the envelopes. Well, this is one of my earlier prototypes, and this we are giving away as a prize as well. So it's got all of it. It was actually made up from one of the kits that I had done, and all the bits are in there. There's all little fussy cut stuff, and this has actually got a nice little, and there's another flap there, and then that envelope there, look, you can pop things in there. So then you've got your little pockets there. So yeah, very nice. So you can win that too. So 2 prizes, 2 different winners. All you have to do to enter is leave a like on the video and leave a comment. And it'd be nice if you said where you were commenting from. So let us know where you're all from. Gives us an idea then of where everybody's watching from then. Okay, one last thing. There are freebies for today's video. You will have myself today. Gosh, it's the 10th already. Where's the month going? And then after you've watched my video, please guys, zoom straight across to Bella's Crafty Studio. She is my partner today, and we are going to be making dilly doilies. I don't know where the word dilly came from, but there we go. So if you go to the link that is in my description box down below, there you will find the link to our website, the collaboration page, and on the top of the collaboration page has got the freebies for you to click on. You want week 2's freebies, and you will find, when you go over to our Ko-fi page, sorry, I've started chopping, 3 pages of lovely Christmas doily designs for you to download. And that is what I'm going to be working with today, and I believe Bella will be as well. So we will be showing you how to use these lovely doilies. Okay, right, I'm going to just get everything ready, and then we'll crack straight on. Okay, so please forgive me if you finding the screen lighting a bit strange. I'm having issues with lighting at the moment. I haven't quite got everything set up properly, but so I just hope that the one side isn't like really bright and the other not, but I'll do my best to carry on anyway. So I've been working on my journal. I've actually modified one that Bella put together for me I'm fairly certain she made this for me when we did our first collaboration, and I've never gotten around to filling it. So I've adapted it today, and I put a new front page on, because obviously there was a bit on the front from the first kit. So I thought, right, I'll switch that out, and I put this lovely heart shape on there. I've reused this lovely flower that she'd made and put on there, and then I've popped her, she did this nice little ruffly bit at the bottom, and then inside then she'd made me some lovely signatures, and I've just gone through and popped in all of the kit pages. So I think they coordinate quite nicely with what's already in here. I have used a Stamperia kit to add some cardboard pages in, and I just felt that they went really nicely with the tonality of the kit that we've got. The kit I'm working with, and all of the collaborators are working with, is called the Crafters Christmas. It's available on sale, 40% off in our website shop, so do go over and check that out. And you can buy it as a bundle as well. So if you just want some of the bits, you can get them separately, but otherwise you can buy it as a bundle. The Stamperia kit, I'm afraid you may have difficulty getting. And I'm sorry, because that sounds like but yeah, so that's what I'm using. In case you're wondering, is this kit here. It was the Christmas Greetings Backgrounds kit. I love it. I got 2 of them because I could see they would go in, and I struggled to get the second one this year. So I've just used up last year's. Because I was like, I'm not using those cards until I know I've got more. But I just thought the colours blended really nicely. So I got 3 signatures in here, and like I said, I've interspersed. But I love the way that Bella's done this journal for me. The size of it, look, I printed that one upside down, but never mind, I'll use it anyway, because they're nice big pieces. So that's what I'm going to be working in now today, to show you how I'm going to use my dilly doilies. So let us start with maybe this page here, and I can stick straight onto there then. So the first of the ideas that I've had, I'm going to be doing pockets today. So Bella's going to do something slightly differently with you, but I'm going to be working with pockets. Let me just move that out of the way for a moment. And I've got everything prepared because I'm trying to be organised. So the first example that I wanted to show you of how you can use your dilly doilies was I'd taken a page. This is a page from the kit. It's actually got this is the other half of what's on the front cover. So my idea was just to quite simply, and this is a very simple and straightforward idea. So I've cut out my doilies and I've inked them, and I just thought what we would do, we would just place them onto the pocket like so, onto the page like this, and we'll create a pocket with them. And then we'll have a nice little area to, you know, tuck things in. I'll go around and stitch around the outside, and then that will look marvellous. So I'm going to just pop a little paper clip on there in a minute, because like I say, it's a nice, simple, easy put together option. And I will show it at the end then when it is all stitched. So that's idea number 1. Okay. Oh, got it. Bear with me a minute. Okay, sorry, I was just trying to adjust the light a bit because all that up there then seemed really bright and shiny for you. Okay, so the second one that I've started putting together is this one here. So I thought we'll glue this together now as you're there. Oh, look, my bead came off my thing. I was ever so upset. So what I've done is again, it'll be a very similar design to that. This is the other side of that. And I have just cut out, very roughly, some music paper. Very roughly. Inked it. The ink I'm using, I bought some new ink, guys, because after all my dry pads, Gathered Twigs, and it's actually really nice. So that's the ink that I've got on there. My rather poorly cut out circle, but that's fine. And then I thought I'll pop a little bit of this lovely ribbon through the centre. So shall we just glue that in place? Because not everything has to be stitched, does it? No. In there, and I've left it out long purposely, so that will be there like that. And then we'll put this then around. I'm sure there was a metal bit hanging out of there. I don't know where that's gone to. All right, love. So that's there, and then we'll glue that over the top like this. And then I thought what I would do then is I'm just going to stitch then around and catch the corner there, and across the bottom. And that'll be enough then. And then I can put things in there But what you want to do really, before you put it down, you want to try and curl it a bit so that it will kind of lift off the page. Does that make sense? So that it's just, there we are, look, see there's a little bit of an opening bit now, just so that it's easier to get things in and out of, and it doesn't sit too flush. But yeah, I'm going to just literally then stitch around that. But if you don't want to stitch, you can just glue around the larger circle, okay? And then that'll be that in place. So that's idea number 2. Now, oh, that was my pin, my glue. Oh, where have I just, oh, I got it. Whew, panic then. Right, idea number 3. Oh, yes. Now, this is a very simple idea. So, quite simply, you can, oh, actually I won't do it on that page because that is music paper, but say you wanted to put them onto this page, you could just pop them into place, like so. So maybe one here, maybe one here, maybe do a third up there, but I don't know, I think that's quite nice to just have 2. And then, from there, then you can have your little, your little text spot things, and obviously probably be better with journal cards in there. I haven't made my journal cards yet, so you'll have to just imagine that there's like really interesting stuff in there. Gosh, Rachel, you haven't inked your fussy cuts yet either. Been a busy old week. Busy week. There we are. So, you could have it like that. I think that looks rather nice, doesn't it? So that's another little idea for you. Just glue them into place. And then perhaps, I don't know, maybe put a bit of a fussy cut on the front. Something that's going to pop. So maybe like the wreath. That's very nice, but that's not popping, is it? Perhaps you might want to put a little bit of, torn paper behind. Just, lift it up a little bit. But yeah, so that's a really simple idea for you there. It's just, like I say, to simply use them as pockets. Now, idea number 4 is, and this is one of my faves, so I think I'm going to build this one now on the page. Bear with me, and move those over to the, what's that thing over there called? Sewing machine. Right, I need some lace. Here we go. So what I thought we would do is run a piece of ribbon down the centre of the page, like this. Now you'll understand this is for decorative purposes only. Okay. Right. Put that down the middle. And before you ask, no, I'm not making a belly band. Now, it works in my head. I can see it in my head, so I hope it works on the page. We'll soon see, won't we? Right. Bit of glue escaping there, so just give that a minute to stick. And then, over here I have got some I prepared earlier. So these are 3 of the doilies, 3 different sizes, and I've stitched around them. These 2 I accidentally stitched together. Dough. And I thought what we could do is, you know how we've done like layered heart pockets before? I thought, well, we could do it with the doilies, and we could just simply pop them one on top of the other. So from the smallest at the top, like that. And then leave a bit of ribbon hanging out either side, and then glue then. So you need to glue there. So let's start with this one, shall we? So we'll put a bit of glue here. Bear in mind you've got to get things in there, so don't go too mad with the glue. But leave a little gap at the top so you can see the ribbon. There we go. Oh my goodness, this glue is so messy. I'm looking around me in like horror. Is there any tissue around? No. No tissue there either. Oh well, I shall just have to continue to get covered in glue. This is not ideal. Right, and then the second one, again, we're just gonna glue the bottom bit. I'm gonna pop that there. Very nice, very nice. Oh, I'm all sticky now. It's sticking to me. And then this one will go there. Okay. Again, leaving some lovely ribbon at the bottom on show. Okay, there we go. And then all that remains for us to do now is to perhaps put something on there that is going to look super duper. Perhaps I need something a little bit darker. Do I have a bit of contrasting colour? What else have we got here? Oh, what about the bell? Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I know what we'll do. Right, okay. This is a twofold step. So let's just ink the bell a moment. Now, I'm not going to be over-embellishing because that's not really what my segment is about, is it? That's meant to be like for my partner to be embellishing. I'm so grateful one of you caught my reference last week because my mother completely missed it. So thank you for that, Lisa. I do appreciate making somebody chuckle. I don't know if anybody else caught my embellishment joke, but there we are. You know, I do try. I do try. Oh, this would be nice. What's this stuff called? Rick-rack, I think my mother calls it. So if we put a little bit of that on, I'm going to try the ooh-hoo for this because that stuff's taking too long to try and it's making me really sticky. So if I run a little bit of rick-rack down the middle. Am I on about the right stuff now, Mother? Is this rick-rack? I think it is, isn't it? Anyway, let's glue that there. Now, you might say, why have you gone that way instead of going across? Well, I've gone that way because I've gone that way underneath. So I want it to continue your eye on. That makes sense. And then I shall put the bell on top. Now that I might need to use this for. Good grief. Is the television up loud enough in there? He's going deaf, I think. Right, there we go. So that is the next idea done. And then in there you've got little pockets. Marvellous. Oh, I like that. It's very nice. Right, so that's that one. Then the next idea I had was, and these are quite simple and straightforward now. This one here, I have simply stitched, actually not glued, some acetate over the top. So we've got ourselves a lovely transparent circular pocket to go onto a page. And I like that idea because you can see all of your fussy cuts in there. How cool is that? So that was easy. I literally just held it over the page and then stitched and then cut it out afterwards. So that's that idea there. And then this idea here is to have a hidden pocket, a hidden writing spot rather. So what I've done is I've taken two of the same doilies. See? It's the same one. I've folded it in half, found where the join is. I've gone and stitched the top bit. So I've stitched all the way around here and I've inked it all. I did try to stitch a bit of lace on, but it was a bit of a disaster because it kept going a funny shape. So ignore the lace. But I shall now glue this into place. Oh, I've lost me there. Oh, that's my fridge vibrating. Don't ask me why it's doing that. And then I just need to then simply glue here. So this will be a pocket and a hidden writing space. Does that make sense? There, I believe it goes, isn't it? So line the flower up in the middle, look. And then, watch you don't get glue on the hidden writing bit. There we are. And then underneath there, then you'll have a little hidden writing spot. How cool is that? So that's that one. And then last but not least, because I think that's more than enough ideas for one day, I have now added some fabric as a pocket. So I'm going to just cut around it because I just wanted to show you how I'd affixed it. And I've done that simply by just stitching onto the fabric, which now I realise I could have just done upside down and I would have seen where I was stitching a whole lot easier. But there we are. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Here we go. So there, that one now has got its very own little fabric pocket on the front, which again, I think is equally as cute. So there we go. Let me just go and complete the other one and I will show you all of them together. So there we go. That's the finished pocket there, look. I've got a nice little tuck in there and I've stitched around the edge. Just trim that off. There we are. And then the same for that one there. So just to show you, there we are. You've got a nice little, well, two actually, nice little tuck spots in there like that. And you can obviously add further embellishment if you want to. But I think they'll look quite nice on a page like that. So you've got those two there. We've got this one here with the acetate. You've got one with a hidden writing spot. You've got our fabric pocket. our single pockets, which you can just pop onto a page. And then obviously we've got our lovely tiered pocket. So I hope that's lots and lots of ideas to get you inspired this week on how to use our freebie. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget now, go straight over to see Bella at Bella's Crafty Studio. And then tomorrow we have got the Messy Palette and Marie at Crafty Landing. So have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to leave a like and a comment to enter into the giveaway. And I'll be back with you very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.